I mean, there really is books for everybody. There's something for everybody. I won't get into the 50 Shades of Grey.
Don't.
I convinced Amber to come and do this with me because I said, you and Janet can gang up with me on about 50 Shades of Grey. And she's like, sweet. Another reason to read it.
I've read all 3 of them.
She read them like 4 times already.
Oh.
She is, yeah. Yeah. She beat me. I read them once. I need to go back and read them again since the movie's coming out because I bet there's stuff I forgot.
Yeah, I can't believe Charlie Hunnam turned that down. That is jacked.
I do have to say,
literally.
Yeah, I do have to say, I have to admit very honestly, and I did admit this to Amber, I have to admit that if he were still, now that I've watched Sons of Anarchy, and it might be the best show I've ever seen, if he would have still been in it, I probably would have watched it when it came to Netflix.
Really?
But now I probably won't.
I was really excited when he was on board. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, they were filming that whole time that Sons of Anarchy was wrapping up. So that whole schedule conflict excuse seems like it was probably pretty relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that and the family issue where somebody significant in his family passed away. And he had to go back. And people don't know that he's actually from Europe. And he went back home for a while.
It's funny to watch him on talk shows because he has that accent. Yeah,
I know.
And you can still see it. There's sometimes, there's sometimes in Sons of Anarchy you could still tell it was
some words like you're like, I hear it.
Yeah,
I hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
You slipped, dude.
Mm-hmm. I forgive you though because you're hot.
So I found this list of ways to make your child a reader because I am not. My parents didn't raise me in a reading environment. We would go to the library. I would get the tapes that went with the book, and it was lazy. But then I found that I liked to read once I got out of college, and I didn't have to read things. But these are some tips on how to make your child a reader. So share the books you love as a you loved as a child. What were your favorite books as a child? Why is it quiet?
I read The Hobbit in the 4th grade.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
And
I read The Hobbit too.
And then I loved that led me to the Lord of the Rings series.
My favorite was Bridge to Terabithia, and I think I read that like 40 times when I was a kid.
Yes, and Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah.
And, I mean, just classics that were just so, so good. Definitely. So. Mm-hmm. And then when I became a teenager, I started reading Judy Blume.
Yep.
I was just
and
thinking
discovering
of
my
Ramona.
My mom's more racy Judy Blumes. That was my first experience with any kind of erotica kind of stuff. So that was sizzling and exciting to me.
Sizzling and exciting.
I haven't read those. Now I'm all interested.
I'm
going to go look them up.
Yeah, I bet if I went back to read like Wifey or something, I'd be like, this is so tame. I've done all this and more. But, at the time, it was very fascinating.
Oh, what was the one? What was the one? The 3 kids that were thrown in the attic.
The
Flowers in
the Attic. I love that one. I love that. I love this book series. The books were better than the movie.
How many books were there? I didn't know there were books.
Oh, there were like 3 or 4.
And then she wrote other series where they put some of them would pop into the... and then there were like 3 books later that were written after she died. So they were ghost written, apparently.
And that was by who?
V.C. Andrews.
Yeah. Okay, see, I don't know that name. I was in 4th grade, went to a sleepover. I think the mother of the birthday girl or whatever didn't know what Flowers in the Attic was, so I watched that movie in 4th grade, and it was traumatic. Like, I had nightmares.
Oh, yeah.
But then when I got older, I rented it for like a Halloween. I was like, I need to go back and watch this to see if it's as scary. And it's not as scary as an adult, but it's still a great movie. But now I got to read the books. I don't
think I've seen the movie.
You need to read the book because the book goes into more detail as to the...
Explains things. I'm always disappointed.
The serious disattachment of family.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
I mean, it was bad.
It was.
So,
and there are some apps out there that will help your child become a reader. Tales to Go gives them access to more than 1,000 stories, and it makes it easy to sort by age, genre, and more. Bookster has popular books that are narrated by kids. And then I thought this one sounded cute. Me Genius, you can personalize a book by substituting your child's name for a character in the story.
Yeah, I've done that with Kinsey.
Nice.
You know, the easiest way to get them to read, though, is just be a reader.
Yep.
Be a reader. You know, Kenzie, just, fine, I'll join you.
Kids like to imitate their parents.
Well, and I would tell her all the time, leave me alone, I'm reading. Quiet, I'm reading. And finally, fine, I'll read too.
Right. Oh, well, I have some announcements. Can I go ahead and put those in?
Okay.
Okay.
Am I going to be scared?
No.
Okay.
I know. One of my bands, Hooligans Holiday, is playing at. Wow, my mind just went blank. Herman's Hideaway.
I was going to
on
guess
the
that.
16th. On the 16th
Of January.
of January 16th.
What day of the week is that?
It's actually a Thursday.
Okay.
Anybody who
likes live music
and really likes Motley Crue, because they're a Motley Crue tribute band, rated way up high in tribute bands as far as Motley Crue is concerned.
And what's their name again?
Hooligans Holiday.
Hooligans Holiday at Herman's Hideaway. Do you see why I got confused?
A lot of H's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could go and conquer that
on
New Year's
Thursday?
resolution of being more social.
You actually RSVP'd to it on Facebook.
Wait,
so
she does
things on Facebook.
She does that. She says yes.
I know, but I was watching that, and she did.
Tracy, you have to go pick her up.
Okay. I'd say it's on my way. It's
Carrie,
not, but I'll make sure it happens.
Carrie, you need to call in the next day. Do a 4-day work week. All right, we're gonna have to do this again. I don't.
For sure.
Yeah.
Are you sure we did?
No, I'm not.
We didn't put
too
it too far
traumatized.
off
I'm
the
good.
top.
I wish we'd have taken pictures of the blushing.
Yeah.
Maybe next time. Thank you, girls, so much. You guys rock.
Thank you. This was fun.
Okay. All right, bye.
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 You found us once, but can you find us again? Make sure and like us at facebook.com/2girlsandabottle-of-wine. Follow us on Twitter or Instagram at @2girlsandwine. You can find our podcast all over the place. We're at podbean.com, Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and Stitcher.com. You can also find all of our links on our blogs at 2girlsandwine.tumblr.com or 2girlsandwine.blogspot.com. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you each and every week at 2 Girls and a Bottle of Wine.